Hello, welcome back to me and my awkward ass, and my art. It's a one-stop shop. So today we're doing another sketchbook tour. It's a big one. It's a big feller. He's a big boy. And if you haven't been here before, I have done a tour of all of these, plus one other big guy. So check those out. And if you're new here, welcome. And subscribe and you might want to hit the notification bell too, because I release a sketchbook tour sometimes once a week, sometimes every other week, once a month, who knows? I just finished this one like 2 days ago, so that's coming soon. And I also have one other sketchbook that is my secret no good sketchbook. It's a terrible sketchbook and I hate it, but if I get to enough subscribers, maybe I'll show you guys. I want to get to at least 500, so subscribe and help me get there and be humiliated for you. All right. Also, my name's Deb. Did I even introduce myself? If not, how rude. So sorry. I forget sometimes. I forget who I am. This is a Strathmore Mixed Media cotton paper sketchbook. I can put a link in the description if you're interested in this size. Pretty much every sketchbook I use is a Strathmore Mixed Media because it takes so much, like wet, gloppy paint and Posca pen and all the stuff I like to use. So I love it, and I probably will never stop using it unless you guys have a better recommendation for me. I'm all ears, baby. So all right, let's get into it. I'll see you on the flippity flop. All right, let's get this party started. If you want to pause the video, I've got all the stickers and all the artists right here, so you can check them out. And I definitely recommend you check them out. So not just my stickers, but everybody else listed on here, because they're all very talented and wonderful. So I always suggest, I don't know if I always suggest or if I've said it before, but definitely put your information just in case your book gets lost. You never know. That little sketchbook loose paper will come back later towards the end of the sketchbook tour. I started it in June and ended it on New Year's Eve. I should remember that because I made a whole video about finishing a sketchbook at the end of 2022. So this was my opening page here, just kind of a abstract, wild and crazy, psychedelic looking sort of thing. I like it. I'm a fan of it. Thought it was a strong start. Okay, so does this bird not look like an old-timey saloon lady? Tell me I'm wrong. It does. Did you see those old sluts dancing? I'm just laughing at the fact that I said those old sluts. Those old-timey sluts showing their legs. Oh my God. So shocking. I say that all in jest, so don't come at me. I did all this in Posca pens, and I don't know what the bird on the left is. I just know that the one on the right is a white-throated jay because I wrote it there. The left page, I was trying to draw a lot with black brush pen, and then just leaving white for like the outlines of things, trying to draw like the negative of the image. And then I have like some coral and seashells and just random stuff. Some hippy dippy flowers on the left, and I did like a mashup of two different photo references right here, like the flower and the heron are two different pictures. This was the view from the pool at the hotel we stayed at in Presque Isle in Erie, Pennsylvania, and there was like there was a little pirate boat that was like a tour boat. I think it was like a drinking boat because everybody was like, woo! you know, like really wild on there. And like other sailboats going by. I remember I did this originally, this tiger and rainbows and like the star background in colored pencil, but it looked really dull, so I went back over it with Posca. The praying mantis is all colored pencil, except for the black, which is just like a ink pen. But I like both these pages. I'm happy with them. I'm pretty happy with most of the stuff in this sketchbook. The All You Need Is Love and the love under that is, some of that's Posca, but the rest of it that's like all sort of tie-dye rainbowy is watercolor. And I love doing that with watercolor, like mixing it up and kind of taking complementary colors and then colors that, well, maybe not complementary because they're opposite, but you know, like colors that complement each other is what I meant, but not like the opposing colors. This was, I don't know, this occurred to me to like make a Frasier thing. Like, I still don't know what to do with those tossed salads and scrambled eggs. Does anyone remember Frasier? Oh, I tried to draw Trixie Mattel from memory. And I feel like I should have a tic-tac-toe sheet that like a printable for anyone that watches any of my sketchbook tours, because you're going to see a running theme. It's like, did she have flowers? There's, you can, or a bingo card, I mean, not tic-tac-toe. And there's always flowers, mushrooms, Kelsey Graham, like Dr. Frasier Crane, will not necessarily always be in there, but there's like mushrooms, frogs, flowers. It's like a given. Like ceramic animals, birds. Here's some birds. I think I just went in straight with a pen with these. A lot of times I do draw with like a color erase pencil, just because they do erase a lot easier. Oh, no, you can see that heron has some green pencil in it, so then I must have done some of that with pencil first and then went over it with ink. You know, Bigfoot once in a while makes an appearance. The Mothman, sometimes, yep. The turtle and this chicken and this cat, definitely vintage ceramics. I draw a lot of vintage ceramic animals. I love them. Okay, does anybody remember these little fuzzy fuzzballs with googly eyes and feet on them? Like, I had a ton of them as a kid. Oh, and a sneak appearance of Alf. I was just drawing things like from my childhood. But I don't know if anyone remembers that. So I made a card of it, and it's sort of, some people get it, some people don't. So I guess it depends on where you went to school. I'm from the Midwest, so maybe it was more common here. I don't know. But it showed up on a Pinterest thing of like things that 80s kids and like 90s kids would know, where this sleigh bell, my sleigh bells don't jingle jingle, they ring. I made that into a card, and then this was supposed to be like a DJ playing for Hanukkah, and it says the chosen ones keep the party lit for 8 nights, something like that. I already forgot what it says, but that was a Hanukkah card from this past year. But yeah, I'm from the Midwest, so maybe it's just like a Midwest USA thing. I don't know. If anyone remembers, leave a comment and let me know. These were that was a card design I came up with for, if you're familiar with the creature of the Black Lagoon. I would like to make the Easy Breezy Clever Girl into a sticker at some point. But the Creature of the Black Lagoon card, I released that for Valentine's Day this year. I have another one that's Bride of Frankenstein that's kind of a matching She's a 10, but I would like to turn that mushroom star thing into a sticker. I love how this little landscape turned out. I just sort of drew that, no reference photo. I'm pretty sure. I just kind of drew it and colored it in very casually, and I really liked it. So this page here, oh boy. It may look fine to you, but I overworked
the living hell out of this thing. I was using gouache, I was getting frustrated, and then I went over with pencil and all sorts of stuff. This was I paused the screen on a Nikki Durham. She was doing, I think it was a travel vlog, but I just love the image, so I doodled it up and painted it later. This was inspired by a tattoo I saw from this artist, Max VK Tattoos, on Instagram. Really cool looking tattoos. I'm not a tattoo person. I definitely have commitment issues when it comes to like body art. Like getting married is less of a commitment to me than a tattoo. If you have a tattoo, I'm like, whoa, man, that's commitment. Because I'm like, I get sick of things so easily. I can't trust myself to pick something out that I'm going to love forever, so I've never gotten one. It's not a fear of pain by any means. But anyway, his tattoos, he makes these really cool ones, and it has like these, like there are parts of it that have these speckles of colors. This is a print I have available in my shop, by the way. I did it for a Patreon reward, but it's available to the public now. And that was one of the reward tiers, the sticker bandits and the postcard pigeons. My Patreon is closed now, by the way, so you know, if I got a tattoo, it'd be like this cat, but or this little egg. I drew that, just a silly little thing in my head. I'm fancy as fudge, you know, but it's not fudge. You know what I'm saying. But the tattoos, they almost look, and I tried to do it again with that butterfly and flower thing on the left. For your bingo card, there's a palace cat. You know, it's my sketchbook when there's a palace cat in it. But his tattoos look almost like the colored speckles. It makes it almost look three-dimensional. It's really cool looking. So they're beautiful works of art. I would love to get his artwork. I don't know why I'm saying he. I don't know if it's a man, woman, or what their pronouns are, honestly. Their work is really beautiful. I would love to get prints of it. But there's just such a cool quality to that, like, confetti looking pattern. I don't know. It just really, I found it, like, really cool looking. Could I ramble on some more about this tattoo artist? I guess. So I think this is all colored pencil. I don't know what kind of bird this is. I didn't write it down, I guess. This is ghost pipe. It looks kind of like a fungus, but it's actually a flower that has no chlorophyll in it, so it looks white. And I guess it only blooms in the woods like once a year for a couple days. And people do harvest it for like natural medicine because it has like pain killing abilities. Not like, you know, I don't think people get high, and I think they just use it for pain, like to help with pain. And I actually got a tincture of it recently to try it for when I get migraines. So it doesn't kill the migraine. I think maybe it helped dull the pain a little bit, but yeah, it didn't. My migraines need something else, because that's more like neurological, so, and I'm not big on like taking painkillers as it is, so, because I tend to just feel really woozy and nauseous. They're just not for me. This was a sketch I did of Ralph sleeping on the ottoman by our couch, and this mix of colored pencil scribbles, the plan when I did this was originally to work on like a negative space drawing and using that as like the underlayer, and I just fell in love with it so much that I couldn't bear to do it. I just left it. So that's the story of that. And here's an example. The flowers, that's an example of what I was planning on doing, but didn't have the heart to draw over it. Sometimes I would call it reverse stenciling too. That was kind of the other term I would call it, because I'm like, it's kind of what it's like. I have a theme of like hippy dippy flowers and also like birds with like a rainbow trail coming out like while they're flying. Just some abstract painting. I have a lot of abstract paintings from when I first started using watercolor. like in the end of 2020 and 2021, I took up a lot more painting because I hadn't done it in so long. And I just found it like abstract work with watercolors it just relaxes my brain. It's just really chill. There's no pressure because you're not making anything. I do have a video that I'll release at some point of me working on this spread, and the whole reason was because I was designing this print and sticker for Patreon when my Patreon was open, but now that print and sticker is available to the public. But I did a video on the process of that, and like looking at different images and trying to pick stuff out, and so I'll probably put that out at some point. I know that on this page I was taking a stab at like some thumbnails and things for Inktober. Like there's so many different artists that do Inktober prompts, but my October in 2022 was very hectic and stressful, and we had a lot of like family personal stuff going on. I was in survival mode. I did not have the bandwidth or anything to tackle that, so I didn't. This print and sticker is available in my shop also. I hope you guys don't feel like I'm like advertising on my stuff. That's not why I keep putting images in and stuff, but I just want to show you like from sketchbook to finished product, like what it ends up being. These were like a bunch of ideas I had for stickers for that Patreon reward for that month. And I ended up going with like that rainbow drop. And that was on the front of the sketchbook too. But I'm just sharing what it looks like from the start to the finished product. And there's more thumbnails up on the top here that was another Patreon reward. So that's a print and a holographic sticker. And because I got the idea when I was driving in a car and it was like kind of like the golden hour and these crows are flying overhead. This page here, I've got a lot of favorite things in Sketchbook. This is one of my favorites. I made just like a blobby ink, kind of like in my last video where you saw me doing abstract work, but I took it a step further from just leaving it as a bunch of colors and just doodled in either what I saw or just random stuff. I like didn't put a whole bunch of thought into it. I just kind of went with it, and it's weird and it's wonderful and colorful. I personally love it. I have no idea how it would be received by other people. The funny thing is my husband does not comment on a lot of things that I make, especially if it's like something weird, but he thought he was like, these are like, there's a lot of detail in that. He's like, it's that's neat. So for him to compliment a work of mine, that's a lot. He's just not, he's kind of like, I don't get art. I don't, he doesn't really think that way, and that's fine. So that was pretty shocking to me that he was impressed by these pages. And here's another one. So you've got everything from like dragonflies to stars, octopus, flowers. We got a mermaid over here, some hexagon shapes like a honeycomb, a sea turtle. So a lot of this, like I said, was kind of going along with the shape and drawing something. We've got like a woman's face here, a dolphin, lots of eyes. We got a T-Rex, because why the hell not? It's pretty wild, and birds and fish. Remember last week? Was it last week or was it my last? No, it was my last sketchbook tour, I think, where I said, I think that fish are the birds of the sea and that birds are the fish of the air. I mean, think about it, man. Think about it. I think it sounds like total stoner thoughts, but it was just kind of like, I really thought that it seemed like a natural progression to go from like drawing lots of birds drawing a bunch of fish. I think it makes sense. I wonder what I should do for like, I have a bird nerd sticker and like mug and a tote coming soon to my shop. I should do one for fish. I don't know, fish nerd doesn't make sense. Here's another negative space painting where I did the colored pencil mishmash background, and then I used different colored Posca paint markers over the top. And I like the way it turned out. I messed around with it for a while to try and get it like balanced, so like it wasn't too light and too dark in spots. I was just kind of blending different colors, playing with rainbows and stuff. It's still inspired by that tattoo guy, like in a way, like what is it I like about this? Is it like the bright colors and like super sharp contrasts, and trying to get that effect with, I know colored pencils like doesn't really translate the same way. And here's I was thinking of like wet drippy paint, except like what if it was like a rainbow pattern? So that's what this is. Looks really bright on screen. It is bright, but I think it looks a little bit sharp on screen here, so shield your eyes. That's a drawing of my cat Ralph just chilling on the couch. And this is a pond near our house. I just did a quick doodle of. And get your bingo card out, because here comes a mushroom and some flowers. The stingrays, I forgot about this until like I was flipping through the sketchbook when I filmed it, and I was like, oh yeah, I wanted to make that into a card, because I just, they're cute. That's the other card that I had made in February. Well, I made it December or January. That was to be released for Valentine's Day, but really it's good any time of year. I was really thinking specifically of like people who are dating, I even looked up like what does a Tinder profile look like, so I could write down what, other attributes it could be. Real quick, I'm flipping through these quickly because I did a video called Finishing a Sketchbook in 10 Days where I do a whole in-depth, it's not that long, it's not like super in-depth, but you see the painting process and drawing process of every page. There is a part 1 and a part 2. So I'm gonna put the little eye in the corner for those, and I'll link them below so that if you're interested in watching those. But I figured I won't go through a whole flip through, like a long flip through of these, because I've talked about these a lot. But if you have an interest in them, those videos are there for you. And after finishing a sketchbook in 10 days, during the holiday season, I needed a serious nap, so I was really tired. And the last page in the sketchbook is not like the regular cotton paper. The same with the first page, at least in the hardcover book. So that was a tippy-toed thing from my Patreon. So I don't usually do much on it because not real heavy paint stuff. Oh, and I want you to get ready to look at my nails because I did them special for you. I did them for me too. It's like midnight blue with some sparkles. So yeah.
Okay, here we are. Me, my big ass microphone, my normal size camera, and my big boy sketchbook. What did you guys think? And what was your favorite page? Also, tell me what you were doing while you watched the video. Did you doodle and draw? Are you on a treadmill? Are you on a car trip? Are you supposed to be working and or studying? It's cool. I liked playing hooky with you as well. I hope you have a good day. You make something and you have fun with your art, or maybe you just take a stab at it and just make something, good, bad, or ugly. Just do it. Just do it. Art's supposed to be fun. So let's make art fun again. All right. Bye. Why am I waving with a peace sign? What is that? Oh, she's weird. She is me. I'm the weirdo in this situation. All right.